Hello, this is Snow White speaking. Please don't run away. I won't hurt you.
Oh, how silly of me. I'm Snow White.
Snow White, the princess?
Yes.
I was only 18. They tested me for a whole year, and 149 other girls, incidentally, were tested. And then they called me once more after a whole year, and they said, you have the part. What Walt really wanted, I think, was a lilting quality. He called it lilting. I guess that means it flies up like in a little light way.
With a smile and a song, life is just like a bright sunny day. Your cares fade away, and your heart is young.
They took me through the storyboard when the first day I got there. And they showed me this Snow White thing. And I thought, wait a minute, this has to be a little girl about 14. And I went on with this thought in my mind all the way through. Even if the phone would ring, I'd say, hello. Always as 14, never as 18. There's a difference in those two sounds that I just made for you. Because if you can find someone who can do both, it carries through. As I speak, goodbye. That's the saha. I'm singing as I speak. If you listen to Snow White speaking all through the film, it's sing-song.
Oh, she'll never find me here. And if you let me stay, I'll keep house for you. I'll wash and sew and sweep and cook and
Cook!
The day of the premiere, I went to the theater. I couldn't believe what I saw. I have never heard this before or since then in any film. After I would sing a song, every time everyone would clap.
Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?
Famed is thy beauty, Majesty, but hold, a lovely maid I see.
There's so much going on everywhere. For example, in the little scene of whistle while you work, and cheerfully together we can tidy up the place. Well, that's where all the little animals are all running around trying to clean up the house. All in there. There's so many little animals doing so many things. It's so beautiful. I still, after having seen the film approximately 150 times, I still am catching something I didn't catch the last time.
Now take the apple, dear, and make a wish.
I think people relate to Snow White, first of all, and it's a happy film. It tells us one thing I'm certain of, that you can have anything you want if you want it badly enough. But be very careful not to step on anyone's toes on the way up, or you may not be able to keep it very long. Think before you speak or leap. This is what I think Snow White is teaching us. This is what I got out of it.
Little birdies take wing, flitting down from the trees they appear and to chirp in my ear.
I thought about the fact that she's always played very sweet and so lovely and so magnanimous and generous, and I thought it would be kind of nice that if she was a bit persnickety and controlling, and the fact that she can control the animals to me is a sign that she's maybe a type A personality.
And you, Snow White, promise to take this man to be your husband and love him for all eternity.
I do.
I come from, as I am Snow White on our show, I come from the fairy tale realm. And in fairy tale land, we are all, I think, immortal. And I had Emma, the character whom Jen plays, 28 years ago.
How's the book supposed to help? What do you think stories are for? These stories, the classics? There's a reason we all know them. They're a way for us to deal with our world.
I sent her to a safe place. And the safe place is this modern reality that is where you and I live.
Yeah.
And I have been stuck in a cursed land where I have forgotten who I am and what I
has
want,
stood still.
and yes, whom I love, and time has stood still. So as I have remained sort of eternally in my late 20s, my daughter Emma has grown up.
You don't know what you're saying.
No, I do. We have to believe that she'll come back for us. We have to give her her best chance.
Oh, it's an incredible experience. I mean, on what other show do you get to play more than one character and get to play them so completely differently? Because the thing is that in our cursed world, we've also been created in the modern world by the evil queens. We're all the qualities of things she would want us to have. So whereas, for instance, Snow White might be very vivacious and rebellious and confident, you've got my character Mary Margaret, who is incredibly lonely and insecure
Submissive in some ways.
hopeless and submissive and put upon. And they also look completely different. They've really done amazing subtle things to change us all just enough from our fairy tale characters that I think it'll sort of do something subconsciously for the audience.
Do you want to talk about my dress or what you did to the village?
Good for you, Snow White. Someone's been taking their confidence pills, hmm?
We didn't want to go black completely because the original fairy tale character had black hair, so it was more staying true to that, dark hair, light features. It's not black, it's not brown, it's a very dark brown.
I don't know what it is. The slump shoulders, the hair, that voice. I know what it is. I think it is the hair. I hate your hair.
Of course, Julia's queen is so specific on Snow White especially, and she's obsessed with Snow White in this almost kind of creepy way. And so of course it's not black, it's Raven.
But do you know her? Ivory skin, black hair.
Her hair is not black, it's raven, and she's 18 years old, and her skin has never seen the sun, so of course it's good.
I was in these corsets every day with big ball gowns, running through the woods, in the snow, fighting with my swords, trying not to fall. And you kind of go, okay, how would Snow maneuver in this environment?
All that time locked up in the castle, I did a lot of reading. I read so many stories where the prince saves the princess in the end.
Open the door. Open the door, Snow.
I think it's time we change that ending.
Julie and I kind of have agreed on this, that wearing those costumes truly helped us both get into a character. I would love to keep the swan head, because that just for me was like so fun to wear.
Who are you?
Maybe you should have asked the queen that.
I don't trust you.
I've given you my word.
I still don't trust you.
We're getting smoked out. We wait for fog and smoke. Actually, that's the biggest factor in whether or not we roll. It's funny, me and Chris are always like, really? The smoke? Smoke's the star of the movie?
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is fairest of them all?
Yeah, she's not like an evil monster. She's a woman who is just gone. You can see traces of the human still in her, which make the monster more it makes it so much more scary. Well, the energy that woman puts off is almost too much sometimes, in the best way.
Right,
but
right.
She's awesome. She's so scary.
You cannot defeat me! I've lived too many lives, ravaged entire kingdoms. I have been given powers that you could not even fathom.
I was initially interested in the concept, but that's not ever really enough to drive you to do the job. But I think what really got me latched on in a way that made me think I could actually bring her to life was her.
I will become your weapon, forged by the fierce fire that I know is in your heart. For I have seen what she sees. I know what she knows.
Even though it's a seemingly different version of Snow White, she represents humanity in the most sort of conclusive, best way. I've never been so happy. Right now I'm so affected by her goodness. I know it sounds very basic, but the story is kind of basic. It's an identity story, like trying to find yourself in the way you fit into life and realizing sort of that you are a normal human being. And as much as she's sort of got these like supernatural aspects, she's got overwhelming goodness and compassion. She's a very real character with a serious struggle.
Hail to the Queen!
Hail to the Queen! Hail to the Queen! Hail to the Queen! Hail to the Queen!
One of the struggles of the story is to realize that she's a human being too, and she's got something to fight for more than just her people. There are things in her life that she would like to hold on to as well.
Take him away!
Your Majesty.
What did you say?
the people need some kindness.
You know, I really don't remember you being this opinionated.
So what was it like the first time you guys saw each other in your full iconic costume?
Fell in love.
Yeah,
it
we
was
fell in
love
love.
at first sight.
Yeah, which
we
nobody
kept on giggle and laugh. And
It was actually crazy. It was our camera test for the movie, and we all saw Gal walk by, and there was just like the air just left our lungs and the room, and we were like, she looks really scary.
Magic mirror on the wall. Who is the fairest of them all?
Famed is thy beauty, Majesty. A lovely maiden I now behold.
I look at you, and I just want to be the fairest of them all.
We've been working so tirelessly in London to make this beautiful movie. It comes out in March of 2025, and I'm just so excited for everyone to see it.
Hello? Is there anybody here?
As a diehard Disney fan myself, who I feel like I see every release and opening weekend, it's like getting to show it to your best friends in a way that you're just like, you won't believe what we did.
Wait. It's a human.
What did you think I was?
Nothing. Ghost.
And so it's been really, really amazing to get to hear their live reactions too. It's just such an instant gratification that what we made is cared about so much, and that's a really wonderful thing.
You'll be safe from the Queen here.
The Queen stole everything from all of us. I'm gonna need your help. It's time to restore our kingdom.
It's incredible, like Rachel said. I can't wait for everybody to see the movie. It's classic and beautiful and inventive. It's just magical.
I mean, it's been under wraps for so long, so it's really exciting to get to share any kind of look with an audience that cares so much. It's been really, really amazing.
This is our kingdom, and now we're here to take it back.
You were saying?
I'm sorry, my dear. Did I frighten you?